All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors to apostles of GMS, and a sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I have, as the title says, I will mirror NATO if troops are deployed to Finland and Sweden. So, as the average person just goes on about their day, because the news don't tell them what needs to be heard, we end up telling it. Or should I say, we get the information from these non-American news reporters that tell these things. And the American news reporter might tell a little bit, but they're not allowed to tell all of it. And now that they're deploying in these other countries or different areas, that makes room for more of the opponent to be like, okay, now we need to do the same thing. Now we need to do this, and X, Y, and Z. And this video probably not going to be that long, but just go into it because, again, these guys are ready. They're ready to go in there and get busy. So let's get started with. I'm just going to go ahead and get started with this one.
Что касается Швеции и Финляндии, у нас нет таких проблем со Швецией и Финляндией, которые, к сожалению, есть с Украиной. У нас нет ни территориальных вопросов, ни споров. У нас.
Now I would stop right there. He says that we have no problems with Finland and Sweden, but notice how he said, unfortunately, in the end of that, we have no territorial issues or disputes. Let's rewind that.
Нет таких проблем со Швецией и Финляндией, которые.
See, it says we had no problems with Sweden and Finland that we have with Ukraine. Unfortunately,
к сожалению, есть Украина. У нас нет ни территориальных вопросов, ни.
We have no territorial issues or disputes. So that clearly sounds like he was ready to go to war. He's like, unfortunately, we don't have no problems with him. So he wants to have these problems. He's another Edomite. Yeah, we root for these countries to rise up against this place, but no, they got the same mindset. Because Russia wants to do what America does. They want to conquer the world. China wants to do the same thing as America does. They want to conquer the world. So this is Psalms 55:21. It says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So I wanted to stop at butter, but it says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, and that's what he did. He gave the smooth words and all that. And you know that's the biggest gig when it comes to what they got to say online, but in public as well. They got to give these pretty speeches. I noticed that is the hand of Babylon, as I should say, that's been carrying these people. So the newest thing, the thing of this era is to give good words. America's Babylon as itself has always been known to give good words, but throw a dagger in there. These other countries do it too, but they're not as slick with it as America is, or they just too straightforward. They'll say, yeah, we don't have no problems with these people. They'll shake hands and they'll meet each other and shake hands, knowing full well they don't like each other. But then here he goes with this. He says, unfortunately, we don't have no territorial issues. So they want war. Because as it says right here, but war was in his heart. Bam, there it was. These people want war. They ready for because I mean, think about it. They didn't build these missiles or weapons for nothing. They want to be used, not just in target practice, but in actual field of war. You can't hide what you really want to do, because that's like saying, "Oh, I want to go to the movies." Cause a lot of people like going to the movies just to see the new movie. But then you act like, nah, I don't want to see it. Whole time you really do. Because the whole time you have the plan to go to actually go do it. Just make it, but you'll make it seem like, oh, I didn't really want to go in the first place, but I'm gonna go anyways. That's how this disguise works. That is the thing with this era, is to give a false narrative, but your attention says otherwise. So we can keep going with this clip.
У нас нет ничего, что нас могло бы беспокоить с точки зрения членства Финляндии или Швеции в НАТО. Ну, хочется им, пожалуйста. Только они должны ясно и четко себе представлять, что раньше не было никаких угроз для них. Теперь в случае размещения там военных контингентов и инфраструктуры мы вынуждены будем отвечать зеркально. Ни по каким гражданским объектам российская армия ударов не носит. Нет необходимости. У нас есть все возможности для того, чтобы определить, что где находится, и при наличии современного высокоточного оружия большой дальности мы достигаем этих целей. Но в деталях я, конечно, узнаю, когда вернусь в Москву. Думаю, я не знаю, как они хотели раздеться, до пояса, либо ниже пояса, но думаю, что это было бы отвратительное зрелище. В любом случае. Ну, если вспомнить Пушкина, я могу ошибиться там в словах, в деталях, но, по-моему, он сказал, что быть можно дельным человеком и думать о красе ногтей. Поэтому я вот, безусловно, с этим согласен. В человеке должно быть все гармонично развито, и душа, и тело.
As you can clearly hear in his voice that he sounds excited about this. He said we didn't quote unquote want this to happen, but hey, they want it. And Putin's happy about that. He's like, yeah, let's go, because I want my shit back, and then I want the rest of this world. So they all come with that same mentality. I mean, it makes sense. They're both Edomites, but the fact that they willingly or happily go against each other is kind of funny. And I wouldn't be surprised if they abandon Finland and Sweden to Russia just to give them a foothold. They're going to do the same thing with China, and then it's an all-out clash. Because guess what? Them rats want to reduce the Earth's population, and this is a formal way of actually doing it, to make it seem like, yeah, we're going to support these people, we're going to give the weapons and all that, but it's not enough, so we're going to give you a certain amount so you could be taken over. Russia can have the guns, China can have them guns, Korea can have them guns, and it's even still. Me. So everybody gets guns. We get big war. We get big deaths. That is the key for this whole thing and everything. So this is Psalms 21:8. It says, "Thine hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee." So this is the Lord even telling us that thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Again, we know who our enemies are. Esau, these bastards that had a hand in our slavery, and hell, even our own people is our own enemies. It says, "Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee." So we could give off a list of people that hates us. Now, I'm not talking about in name. I'm talking about tribe-wise and who in general. Nation-wise, I should say. It says, "Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour thee." So that's even going, again, it's all clear and simple. If you're not of the hopeful elect, I'm talking about our own people gonna be shall make them a fiery oven, or the Lord shall basically swallow them up with that wrath, that anger, that fire. These armies, these nations, the Lord's coming back to put us in. Well, I say us as in the hopeful elect in our rightful rulership, to destroy all these strongholds that primarily Babylon has their hands on. Because you take down Babylon, all these other countries fumble too. Because Babylon, America, aka America, is the big boss stronghold of the wicked. And due to her having a clutches on every other kingdom, when she falls, the rest of them falls like dominoes. So that's the beautiful part about it. And it says, their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intend evil against thee. They have imagined a mischievous device, which they are not able to perform. Damn. It says a mischievous device which they are not able to perform. So they want to do all these things, and this primarily goes to them rats. They want to do all these things, but they can't do it. Just like Russia and China wants to be the next big thing that rules the world. They're not going to be able to do it. All the things that are wicked that had handed us in our slavery, or oppressing us, they will all fall. There won't be a power left on this earth but the Lord's power. Lord Yahawahshai, in the men that he sets up to rule this earth. So that goes to show you that the Lord plays the script. He's the one who does all these things, as it says in Isaiah 45:7. The Lord does everything. He forms the light, he creates darkness. I, the Lord, do all these things. So if he could do that, if he could do that, what makes you think he can't set up his own movie? That's the crazy part. But that's pretty much all I wanted to go into with that. So, little one, this is a little edifying. But with that, shalom.